Hey guys, I'm Jeff and you're watching Valley Fish. In this video we're going to go over one of the major problems I have with running sponge filters. Okay guys, so what we got here is we have a 10 gallon and a 10 gallon side by side. These are actually Rainbow Tiger Endlers, and these are, you call them the Mosaic line that I'm working on. But you can see they're running on the same air pump. Very little flow. It's hardly even picking it up. I'll zoom in. But you see all this flow over here. And it sits with a window, so there's all kinds of glare, but the light's not going to work out with me. But if you can see, there's just a trickle, and occasionally you get the big air pocket. So what we're going to do is, last week when I was playing in this tank, I tried adjusting the air valve, and it never made any difference, and then I let it go a few days. So they're on the same maintenance schedule. Now there's actually a few more Endlers than there is guppies. But they're both pretty crowded for 10 gallon. We need to go in and clean up both of these. But this tank has just a little bit of washer tank that's holding on in the hard water and all kinds of flow. In this tank, you can see it's getting hazy and dark, and I hope that's picking up. Never have problems with that, but what happened is in the last 3 days is the air filter plugged up. And when it did that, it just is fouling the water. So I'm going to try and slide you guys just so you can see. Really nice, clean, crisp looking water. And then if you can pick that up on camera, it's cloudy. I'm sure we're getting an ammonia spike basically because we just shut off the sponge filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a water change on this tank tonight, and when I do that, we're going to rip into this sponge filter and make a small modification. Stay tuned. Okay guys, come here, Rascal. Rascal, come here. Rascal, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hi, bugger. Okay guys, well, I'm sorry if I have to chop this up a little bit, but this is Roxy. But old Rascal here is getting pretty worked up because it's storming and he's being weird and he didn't want to be on camera, so he's hiding. But he's hacking pretty bad today. He's just an old man. So if there's a few spots where I chopped up the video and tried to cut that out, that would be why. He's just coughing a little bit today, so I didn't want to shoot it all over again, so I just thought I would say thanks for everybody that watched, and hopefully it comes out pretty good. Okay, Bob, this is for you. This is Miss Bun Bun. She is my really nice bony rabbit, super soft, and just giving her a few of her favorite pellets, and we're gonna get her on camera. But I know you had made the comment about me having a rabbit, so I think Miss Bun Bun has been out playing around, running on the floor in a few videos. I have recorded her every once in a while, but it seems like when I gotta crunch down the video, some of the episodes she's in, it gets that footage gets deleted. But this is Miss Bun Bun, and she's got the beaker out because she likes her pellets. But this is her. I know you were curious, but we're going to jump on top of her cage and do the sponge filter, so there she is. Well, I was trying to record and it all come out in pieces, so I'm assuming if you're watching this, you know how the sponge filter is supposed to go together. But I tried being slick and throwing it in the container, and it didn't work out very well. So, a few of you probably want to know what this is all about, and hopefully in the first video you can see it, but If I'll probably just show the footage when we put it back together how it works, but basically just the top of a Gatorade bottle that I made into a little deflector. Just kind of my version of Lucas's, just to help splashes. So since I was gonna do a since I was going to do the water change, this would normally be a great time to surface that sponge filter, but I'm not going to, just because I'm going to be doing quite a bit of work. So this is a problem. Okay, so we're going to go with it. I don't know why, but down inside of the sponge filter, at one time I had a piece of airline tubing in there. I might have been running it with airstone at one time. This little piece is kind of bent up, so try and straighten that out. I was kind of surprised that it was in there, honestly. I don't know how that's gonna look on video or what we got, but anyways, so I got the stack put together the way it should be. Just doing a visual down the tube. It's super hard because it's backwards. There. You can see the tube is all straight shot. I have no idea what that little piece of tubing was stuck down in there for, but so this is the problem that I'm having, is this bottom screen down here has been plugging up, which you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, so see all that buildup right in the edge? So down on the bottom of this sponge filter, this is like the air goes through this center hole and then it goes to underneath that plate, and it's supposed to break up the bubbles. But anyways, I'm getting this hard calcium deposits, and they're basically just plugging it up. Fingers are a little wet. I'm going to try and zoom. There you go. You can see that. So that's what I'm fighting. That basically will shut off your airflow slowly over time, and then of course it pretty much will ruin your sponge filter. Well, not ruin your sponge filter, but your air pump that you're supplying it with is really, really hard on it. So gotta grab one more thing. Okay, so what I've been doing is take the utility knife, make sure you're in frame, make sure that you should probably have gloves on, don't cut yourself. But I just go through, and if you work at it, that little disc will pop out on most brands, but
Yep.
so if you can see, that's all the stuff I've been fighting building up at the bottom. Kind of gross. I think you gotta have it out to, I've only done this a few times, but get that disc out of there. We basically don't want the disc. Even though it is nice and clean now, and you would be able to use it as you normally would, I just don't want it in there. So going through, probably fast forward this part, but there's like 10 little tabs. Hard to see. So you can see, again, everything is backwards. You can see right at the very top that tab is no longer attached. So that's all I'm doing, is just going through, knocking out the little tabs. And the tabs are just basically little pieces like that. just more awkward trying to do it on camera than if you was to watch what you were doing. But you want to keep your fingers back. And if I wish that thing would just fall out of there, it's not going to. Last tab. Alright, disc is out. And you can see I had them little tabs. They're all gone. So now that this will sit in the bottom and the air will just come up. And I don't have to worry about the buildup that's going to collect right underneath that plate. I get the idea. And if you don't have real hard water, you probably have no problems. But that's all it's going to do. The air will travel down now. And it'll, whoops, the air will travel down. And it'll have all kinds of room and pretty much, again with the backwards thing, pretty much no restriction compared to what it was. Now your air bubbles will be a little larger, but it's, I'm not seeing, unless you got a whole lot of airflow, it's not a whole lot different. So I'm gonna clean this out. So got that all cleaned up, and that'll slide right back on there. And we will probably make a mess with the water. And we'll put it back through. You got your top as you did before. Now, you need to trim this. But the airline tubing connects in the top, just like before. This airline tubing brand that I bought is like just so small enough that it's hard to get on there, and then once you get it on there, as you've seen in the video of me pulling it out, it just falls all apart. Ideally, get that on there, you got to chew on it, but since it's used, that's really not something I want to do today. And dang it, I'll put it all together and you'll see. Okay, you're gonna hear probably weird noises because Wisher's playing in her little cardboard box, but transfer the sponge filter back in. Same airline, haven't adjusted it or anything. And plugged it in, and you can see all the bubbles. So that was kind of a pain. I gotta spin this filter. The airline's, whoops, so the airline's got a little kink in it, and I want it going the right direction. So we're gonna go this way. And I want you. Okay, so you can see how that lid prevents it from splattering up, and I just spin the filter, change the direction that you want it, and lots more flow. Luckily, this is just one outlet that's ran to that multi-valve, so it didn't do any damage to the actual diaphragm of the pump. But this is the other one that I've done. Now this Gary bottle, I've trimmed the lip just a little bit more, and the air bubbles actually flow out a little better. And if you look at this one, it's still got the lip, and as it curves down, and it kind of catches the air bubbles. So I would say trim it right before that transition so they run out smooth. Okay guys, well, I don't know, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's just one of the little projects that I'm doing. Probably throw it together and maybe it'll come out as a weekly video or something like that. But just what I'm doing. Hopefully it'll help somebody else out. Catch you in the next one. Later.